What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit a million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
When you visit Arizona, time is measured in moments, not minutes. Like the moment your work stress disappears as you kayak through the canyons. Or the moment you discover the life-changing effects of prickly pear chocolate. But nothing beats the moment you see the Grand Canyon for the very first time. Visit a new state of mind. Learn more at hereyouareaz.com.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome back to Cozy Womb Podcast. My name is Shan, and this is a podcast about parenting and more. Welcome. I am the mama of the girls, just two, no more, or no less, okay? And that is enough. Welcome. I hope you guys are having a good week so far. It is Wednesday. You made it. Let's talk about happy families, quote unquote, of the past. All right, let's talk about it, because I think today in society, people have a comfort zone of bringing up the facts of, my parents were married for 50 years. My parents, sometimes didn't talk for days, and they had a great relationship, and they raised 10 kids, and they were happy. And I just want a marriage like that. Or I want to find a person that will appreciate the fact that I provide, and that's good enough. Let's talk about the families today and how happy families of the past are completely different than the happy families of today. Because it's important, because when you have a happy family, you have happy children, and you have children at school and learning and living, being happy, and less of the things we don't want to deal with when it comes to children feeling less than. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about those happy homes of the past that we had the illusion of happiness from. Yeah. Hey guys, before we get into today's show, the surprise is another promo this week till the 20th with 15% off your purchase. So whether you shop at Cozy Womb Shop and get merch, is 15% off. Just put in the promo code JUSTBCUZ. All right? Just BCUZ. Just because I just want to go ahead and let y'all get 15% off of all the merch. You can just put that promo code in, get 15% off your hoodies, your sweatshirts, your t-shirts, your mug, kids onesies, whatever on there that you like, you can get 15% off. Even on Mama's Cozy Closet, if you just Google Mama's Cozy Closet, it'll pop up. That's also a part of my shop. You can shop for merch, use the same promo code. What else? What other shop? Who is Shan shop? Same promo code, you can use it. And it's just because BCUZ in all caps. And you'll get your 15% off, all right? If you want to just support the podcast directly, you can hit the link in the show notes, Red Circle. And Red Circle is the platform that I distribute all the shows on different platforms from. It's a free web-based platform for podcasters to go ahead and distribute their show and get good feedback and analytics on where it's going, who's listening, and how they're listening. And you can promote within Red Circle to other podcasters that also use Red Circle. And I just like it. It's a good platform. I've seen great growth there. It's very easy to use, very internet savvy, very quick. You can schedule your shows, and I love it. So if you want to support the show, either way, I appreciate it. But if you see Cozy Womb posted anywhere, retweet it, share it, please. If you see a link, share it with another mom, share it with another dad, share it with grandparents, share it with aunts and uncles, because I just feel like the topics that I have affect millions of people, but not everybody listens to podcasts, and maybe it could be the first for someone or the first for a few people. But either way, I appreciate you guys, and I wanted to give y'all 15% off until the 20th of November. So that's next Monday. So do what you will. Let's get into the show.
Here we go.
Back to the show. All right, so I don't know if you have both of your parents still living and married, and happy, like for real. If you do, you're very blessed. All right. If you do, you're very blessed, especially in these COVID times, in these COVID streets, in this time of fake foolery food that the FDA approves here, but in other countries it is banned. For you to have two healthy, loving parents still in the marriage, still showing you example of teamwork and partnership as an adult. Amazing, right? The reality is, a lot of people don't have both parents. A lot of people don't even have their grandparents anymore, for example, or just a question to be asked and answered as to what is a true marriage? What is a quote-unquote so-called happy family? What does that look like? What can I improve on? What am I doing that's not going to help me long-term with the kids? How can I be a better husband? How can I be a better wife? You know, those discussions, if they're not happening, it's kind of like a lot of us who are parenting in marriages or co-parenting, we are like in this beginning stage of figuring out what is family for us, and what kind of parent do I want to be with the other parent, and how do I want to show up in my child's life as an example of partnership and teamwork and a father role or a mother role. And just being honest about that. And what does that look like? What does true peace in my home look like? What does true peace in my home sound like? What is love from my father look like? Does love from your father solely look like providing, working, paying bills, making sure there's food in the fridge, and coming home every day? Or is love from your father all of those things and spending quality time with you, and y'all doing, daddy-daughter dates or father-son hanging out in the park, going to games, having deeper discussions than surface? Is, loving your child, having times where you tell work it has to wait and you purposely go out your way to have vacations and time alone with your kids, and I think for me, I had both parents who were married in one home, and I had a father that showed his love through providing, right? Emotionally, he wasn't really connected. I was a daddy's girl at one time, and then when he kind of gave me the feeling that I was more so an obligation, I kind of killed that, you know what I'm saying? Then after I was 8, then it just was solely like me living with my mom. And I really got to see that the years that I thought my mom was happy in a marriage, she wasn't happy. The years that I thought my mom, really was going to stick in a marriage that I thought was working, she didn't. She got finally tired enough one day, and she packed up all that she could, and she left with us. And it was more so her a lot, and her learning to ask for help, and her learning that she has a support system, and her learning how to do it by herself, and being able to see what single parent life is firsthand, and being able to see what married life was back then firsthand is it has me in like the middle now. As a mom, I have 2 kids, and I've never been married to their dads, and I never wanted to, but at the same time, I don't know if I want marriage even now, like while I'm single, because it's hard to fundamentally find someone on the same mind frame as you as far as values, on the same mind frame as you as far as what does my retirement look like, what does my home of peace look like, what does my career look like, what does love look like for me, and what does love look like for you, and can we join that? But a lot of people today, they love very differently, and it's not because they're bad people that you don't work with them. It's because that's not how you love, and we will never be able to reciprocate each other in a marriage loving like this. We would never be able to grow properly in a marriage being at odds like we are at odds about big things. And the reality is, the marriages that we thought were good marriages back in the day, they were horrible marriages. But it was more of a concealed feeling and concealed emotion. So I think comparing marriages of 30 plus years ago of our parents or our grandparents is redundant now, because there's more advanced technology like factors that come into women being able and men being able, right? And 30, 40 years ago, people got married to each other for a completely different foundation than they do now. Now I just feel like marriage is one of those things where it's very let's make it look cute, and to me it's like, if I say I do to a man, it's going to be the first I do I say and the last I do I say. Like, it takes you years to develop compassion, understanding, wisdom, knowledge about a person, and continuously learning that for you to sit in one life and say that, oh, I can do this a few times, is crazy to me. But some people do it. I'm not going to knock their, their nooks and cranny of what they would like to do. But I'm just saying, like, for a family, for me, I feel like a family is peace, consideration, people that are connected no matter what. Like, connected if you don't like me today. Connected if, you didn't like the choices I made for myself today. Connected like, if anything happens to you, I'm going to be there no matter what. Even if we're not talking, even if we haven't talked in weeks, I'm going to be there. I'm going to take care of your home. I'm going to take care of your kids. I'm going to make sure everything is all great. Like, to me, that's family. And a lot of the people I regard as family is a very intimate, small circle, because to be outlandish and say, like, all of the people that I'm related to as family, you got to get to know people. Like, people are usually family by default, meaning they didn't sign up to be connected to you. They just are connected to you. So I just don't believe that you call everybody that you're related to technically family. And I don't feel like you should be completely just in duh. You know how people say in awe? No, I say in duh about who people could possibly be. Or, no, that's her cousin. They would never do that. Or that's her auntie. They would never put them in that predicament. But the reality is you don't know. So all of those marriages and families that looked happy, had the dog, had the cars, had the nice house, had the backyard. They always have barbecues. They probably are in a...
What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
Abusive household, in a household where there's always tension, in a household that's kind of run on a dictatorship and not understanding, in a team, and just like we are together, we are one, we have each other's back. And especially now with technology, I feel like technology, although it sets the illusion that you'll stay more connected with people if they have this and if you have their username and if you can connect your phone number, the reality is technology separates us more than it brings us together, because we have the illusion that we know what's going on. We have the illusion that we checked in. We have the illusion that, oh, I just talked to them yesterday, they're fine. We have the illusion that just because I saw your face on a screen that you see me. And a lot of times for my close family, I know when it's time, like I need to physically see you in my face. I need to be around your spirit. I need to really get like what's really going on vibe from you. I really want to see the kids. I really want to, visit you before you leave. I think you have to do a lot more today to put the effort out there that you do love and care for this person and they matter. And I don't think a lot of families, they value that. They really base like them being connected and communicating through technology. I text you. Well, I sent you a voicemail. Well, I FaceTimed you 3 times. You didn't answer. Or I left you a DM. Like, it's so impersonal. And I just feel like to have a family today, however you have a family, whether it's just you and your kids, or whether it's you and your boyfriend or girlfriend, or you and your fiance, or you and your husband and your wife, I feel like basing it off of your parents' relationships 40 years ago, some of it will help you. The values, the whys behind doing things a certain way will help you. But to say that you're trying to imitate verbatim that relationship right now in our time it's just not going to work, because there's different factors and things that have to be discussed and reasoned with on the table than it was back then and like 40 years ago. So I say this to say the relationships in the past where you had the illusion of happiness and peace, they probably wasn't happy at all. And they probably were like 2 strangers that made a decision to have kids, and we just want to raise them, and as soon as we raise them, we'll go our separate ways. Because in that parentship, That's what that is at that time. It's a parentship. It's not a relationship. I'm just here for the kids. Now, when people say, oh, I'm just, in a relationship, or I'm just, living with her or living with him because of the kids, that's BS, okay? And there's too many options today for you not to have to do that. So if anybody gives you that excuse, boom, you already know that's BS. You make a decision to move forward. You make a decision to make space for the person you claim you want. You make a decision to not waste a person's time, especially when kids are involved. See, for me, I don't believe in faking it till you make it. I don't believe in creating an illusion that me and any of my kids' daddies are together and happy, and we have a picket fence, and we have 2 cars, and we have a dog, and we have a house, and everybody has their room, and they have the gadgets, and they have food, and they have clean clothes, and we laugh some days together, and some days we pass each other in the house and feel like that's okay. That's not what I want to show my girls as an example of quote unquote happiness in a home and a peace and a family. A family is going to be true for my girls, right? And if that means I have a house, her dad has a house, her dad has a house, and maybe they have a girlfriend or a significant other, or they're married, then that's just what it is. I don't want anything unless it's real. I don't want any relationship unless it's real, genuine, consistent, honest, and we're eye to eye on values, right? I don't want it if it's not real. I don't want any friendships if it's not real. I don't want any quote unquote nice, luxurious things if it's not real. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to know what kind of family you want, how you want to represent yourself out here, and how you want to show your children that you can have happiness and peace, even sometimes if it means that you're alone for a little bit. Even sometimes that it means that you're going to have to do a bit more by yourself before you find someone on your level of understanding and living to do it with you. I want to be the most honest mom for my children. And I'm not saying that I want to be alone forever, but at the same time, I don't want to date and have them have all these random people that they meet, or phony connections with people temporarily, if my mom doesn't like them anymore, or if they don't want to be with my mom anymore, they're going to completely disappear. And it's very important to limit everybody's access to your children, especially if they are emotionally invested a lot with people. So for me, being that I'm not actively dating, and I'm not sure if marriage is something I want, I'm not, maybe introducing people to my children. I'm not exposing them to, people I'm talking to romantically. I don't want them to be invested in anything that I'm not sure about. Okay? And that's the safest way to look at it. So just remember the families that you assume are happiest. Back in the day, they probably wasn't really that happy. And we all deal with issues and relationships with people. We all have growing pains. We all grow up and want different things, in a few years. And maybe the other person doesn't want the things that you want. And you have to make an adult decision on how you're going to still raise a child and move forward and have a family with 2 people that they just grew apart. They don't hate each other. They don't want the worst for each other. They just know, we cannot be in the same household together. We cannot do this together. We cannot grow this way together, but we can grow better separately, and we can respect each other, and we can still want the best for our daughter or our son, and we can still provide and teach and guide our children as they grow, separately but equally respected. And that is what I want to get across to everybody today. If your family structure is not traditional, don't throw out the idea that you can have true peace. You can have a loving parentship, and you can still raise your child to be the best them that they can be, even if sometimes you're a single parent most of the time of raising them, or you've been a single parent the whole time you raised them. And even if you were in a marriage and it wasn't that great, and you probably faked the last 10 years for the benefit of, your children having a mother and father in the same household, I just don't think the tension and the misleading for the sake of the children who get smarter every year, and most of the time they know what's going on. And parents just feel like they're saving them by creating an illusion. I don't want to create an illusion for my kids. I want to give them full frontal, real visuals of what this is. And it is very important for me to take my time, and I would recommend that other people take their time creating what family dynamic they would want their children growing up in. Thank you guys for listening to Cozy Womb. Happy Wednesday. Be safe. Stay COVID free, and peace and love. Oh, the girls and I tried those new Pringles that taste like Wendy's chicken sandwich, spicy chicken sandwich. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So if you see it in your grocery store, you should try it. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.